Shador throws the best deep ball in the class by a wide margin. Here's Shador throwing people under the bus. Shador Sanders is just a goddamn Johnny Manziel, except less talented because he didn't play in the SEC. Y'all been saying some crazy things in my comments, dog. Y'all thought I wasn't seeing them. Some of y'all been arguing back and forth with. Y'all think I don't got time for this. I work from home, son. I got all the time in the world. So what we're going to do is read some of the comments because you have been leaving a lot of comments. Some of them I've responded to, some of them I haven't. I'm going to respond to them live. But before we do that, I have this little slate here. And because, I've been reading some, I've responded to some. I know some of the common tropes that are going to be argued XYZ. So I have some things to prove and to argue against. But I want to read two important things, right? Before we even get into your comments, right? And it's these few articles. One, I want to read you is an article. Again, this is very important because I think it's going to prep your mind before we read the comments, because I think some of these comments are going to be stupid once we read some of these things. So let's start right here with this article. Now this article, and we're going to scroll this down so you can kind of see what's it called, some of the comments on the left side here. And we'll just go like this too, actually, while we read this, and then we'll read it back over. So it says this is January 9th. So I want to make sure we know this is before all the major smoke of he's a terrible, arrogant person, all that other stuff that came out during the, Radio Row situation in the Super Bowl time. But here's what it looked like. Okay. Quarterback corner, a final look at Shador Sanders' weighted on target percentage profile. Okay. Looking closely at charting profile for Shador Sanders. Shador throws the best deep ball in the class by a wide margin. Let me just make sure. Let me make sure y'all know, because y'all be getting out. Who wrote this? Corey Kinnan. Now, I've made another video about Cam Ward and what he wrote about him. So this is not me handpicking some stuff. This is just what I have. Daft on Draft Football. So go check it out. So Shador Sanders throws the best deep ball in the class by a wide margin. His pinpoint accuracy down the field is a massive draw to his game as a passer. On 44 attempts in 2024, Sanders was on target on 29 of them. That put his deep ball percentage nearly 66%. Only Jaden Daniels and Drake May had a more accurate deep ball in last year's class. So people talk about this being a weak draft class and where Shador would rank up with last year's draft class. Well, there you go. And nobody from the 2023 draft class was a more on-target passer on footballs of 25 yards or more. No quarterback gives his receivers a chance at creating an explosive play down the field than Sanders. Throwing the ball outside the numbers has yielded similar success for Sanders. Also best in the class throwing footballs along the boundary. Sanders has hit the mark on over 75% of his passes, 34-45 in 2024. J.J. McCartney was the only quarterback with a higher on-target percentage at that level of the field among first-rounders over the last 3 years. Now, I will also put a caveat in there because we read about Cam Ward in his comparison to J.J. McCarthy, and apparently J.J. McCarthy was also one of the other only quarterbacks to have a very low percentage when it came to intermediate throws as well. So something to point out. Over the middle of the field, ? Sanders sits with an on-target percentage of 73. Cam Ward sits higher than Sanders over the middle at 78, but both average above 70% among previous first-rounders. Sanders, 73%, sits above guys, some dude named C.J. Stroud, now Anthony Richardson, which, Caleb Williams, and Michael Penix Jr. In what should be a shock to nobody, Sanders operates a short game more on time and accurately than any quarterback on the class. 91% on target percentage. So joke about him only throwing screens. You can do that. You don't throw him in the wrong places. So only Bo Nix presented a higher base floor of being able to operate the short game well among first rounders over the last 3 years. There is not a hole to be found in Sanders' charting profile on his 2024 tape as he gets to set the game to the NFL. Sanders' total weighted on target percentage comes out to 73.26%. This is by far the highest in this week quarterback class and puts him in the favorable company compared to previous classes. Okay, what quarterback closely aligns from a Watt percentage? Sanders weighted on target percentage, 73.26 percentage, makes him one of the most accurate quarterbacks he's ever charted. Ever. Okay. Among quarterbacks I've charted over the last 3 years, only Jaden Daniels has a higher weighted on target percentage. I think he had a historic rookie season or something, and by just 1%. So kind of close. Sanders has a higher weighted on target percentage than Drake May, second highest in last year's class. Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix. This is a higher number than all of CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, and Anthony Richardson from the years before. This is the difference between Sanders and Ward. This year's draft class, Ward's spotty ball placement and accuracy, in addition to unwillingness to play within structure, is too far of a risk to take as early as he is expected to go. Sanders is not only the most accurate quarterback in this year's class by a wide margin, but he is the most accurate quarterback I've ever charted. Now, that could just be some biased, hand-picked article that I picked to massage Shador Sanders. But let's go for Sports Info Solutions. This is a website that made its own, like, it recharted these graphs, and it has other specific things. But let's not read this. Let's read some comments first. After reading that, let's read some comments. So, all right. The NFL saying they don't want Shador, saying they don't. Okay, I think this is more. These are positive. So some of these might be positive. So playing quarterback at the pro level, academics. It's John Gruden kicking your ass. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what's good. Don't see Sanders as being undrafted, but the name that comes out early as looking like the number one is usually the guy who they settle on. It looks like the Browns see Sanders as the top quarterback. Oh, okay. That's another positive. Shout out to you, dude. Sir, please let the video play. Nah. I wish the Pats took him in the first round. Not sure why he gets all this hate. Sanders is a first round guy, no doubt. A lot of the people are going to be surprised when he's starting. Okay. I was hoping for. I promise y'all were being a lot more hateful when I was reading initially. Why do Sanders lovers have so much invested in him? He doesn't know you or care about you. And I would argue, Mr. Dwayne Atkins or whatever, after what I just read, I don't have a lot invested in him. I just think that he's a good quarterback. And y'all are arguing against stats that say otherwise. But let's continue. King Dunlap of the Raw Room podcast had an incredibly eye-opening perspective on why NFL wanted teams not to draft Shador based on Deion Sanders' career antics. I was way too young for basically before there was LeBron impact for athletes, there was Deion Sanders, who literally had MLB competing for NFL for his service. Don't forget teams. So this is a really good point, kind of speaking to the overarching impact of him being such a large star and really what that meant for how people see him and view him and his family. So Shiloh Sanders took the stand on Deion. I don't know what he's talking about. The people who handed out participation trophies were the generation who complained about it. No one complained about not getting trophies. The Karens of the Boomers did. This is true, but it was kind of, I was talking about something else. Anyway, Deshaun Watson. We ain't talking about Deshaun Watson. My guys shot me out. Last time listener, they hate us. So anytime you agree with Mary Kay, AK to be. Wait, I don't even know what he's talking about. What is this dude talking about? I don't know. And this is why I don't respond to all y'all's comments. Sometimes y'all be yapping, boy. It's almost like people can't understand a player can be surprisingly talented and also not known as much as other quarterbacks. Some of y'all be yapping. But I believe the narrative was fueled by agents who hate it when a top prospect tries to keep them out of their dealings. Now that's big, because a big part of this was the fact that Shador did not have an agent. And agents probably look, if you don't think that the NFL teams colluded against Shador, I definitely think the agent said, nah, this is the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Let's do it. Oh, Shador's a week one starter. Young black man. Okay. Appreciate you actually being positive. I think Sanders learned from his draft mistakes, whether it was a persona or whatever. I think all those pre-draft attitude reports came from something, and I think he chose to adjust and change how he presents to the public afterwards. I don't know why it has to be, is he an or has it never been an asshole? People can change their behavior. I think that's a good perspective, Mr. J. Crisp, but I think more so this video was about, and let's go to this video because y'all were talking pretty spicy in this video. So let's cut the tail off. And before I say, oh no, look at those evil eyes. Like Dole's eyes. Like Dole's eyes. Where are they at? Where are the comments at? How do I get to the comments, Doug? How do I get to the comments? Here we go. Here we go. How do I sort? Sort by. Let's get some new ones in here. Lol at all the Sanders nut huggers. I would keep Flacco. 12 and 13 legendary. So remember all those stats I brought up. So 12 and 13, right? 12 and 13. Okay. So 12 and 13 going against his people. Did you know that Cam Ward only had 20 dropbacks against ranked teams last season, and they were all against Iowa State in the Pop-Tart Bowl? So the number one overall, we care less about these people who think we're going to glaze. Hey, Beautifully Blessed just sent $5 in live chat, says she don't care what you haters think. We going to glaze. And I'm happy about it. Beautifully Blessed, I'm happy that you feel that way. Thank you again for the $5. That's $10 today. I cannot thank y'all enough. I just yap on the side, trying to get some extra money for my lady, right? She expects a ring from me. So, you know what I'm saying? Every cent helps. I really appreciate that. But back to the video. 12 and 13, right? Well, I don't see y'all talking about that with Cam Ward, but continuing on. I'm going to dislike the comment just because I like you. All the Sanders nut huggers, you think he'll play in a preseason game? However you spell it, is the guy who put it out there. He's talking about Brian Daboll. The glaze is wild. What is glaze? Like we said, we just read the stats. What's the glaze, son? What's the glaze? Where it at? Bro, Shadushi sucks, and your page didn't used to be. I don't even know. Okay, antagonist. I don't know what that dude's talking about. Rewriting history, ? All throughout his collegiate career, he constantly blamed everyone but himself and would call out folks publicly. You can do this nonsense wherever your daddy is the head coach. Oh, man. I proved you wrong live. I'm sorry, bud. So, rewrite all throughout his career. He did what?
Adam Mr. Tiger, 24/7 Sports. Shedeur, you were hit a few times, but sacked just once. How did the pocket feel tonight for you?
The Olama had an incentive. That's it. They had a great incentive. So they definitely did what they were supposed to do today. So it feels good. I feel real good coming out the game. But we still got to recover the right way. Make sure going into the following weeks is compound interest. So it's keep getting hit over and over and over and over. And that was kind of like my first hit since like November. So felt good, to be live out there a little bit.
So there he is on August 30th, immediately saying something positive, immediately saying how good people are. And where are the official, like where are the, how do I say this? Where are your claims of him calling people out? Like, where is it? Are you talking about the Nebraska video? Dog, we've debunked the Nebraska video like 1,000 times. Do we have to go over the Nebraska video again? No proof, no nothing. Just hate. Who else? What else? We got any more hate? Any more hate? Here we go. We've literally seen him throw his offensive line under the bus multiple times. I said 0 times. You're full of, I've seen him do it. Check the replies. I put the proof that he did. Now, here it is. So, and this is what I mean by like, you can just say you don't like Shador. Just say that, because it would cause you, it would help you so much more if you just said, I don't like Shador. Because I said 0 times, and I've proven it on my channel. He says we've literally seen him throw his offensive line on the bus. You saw the other comments. I'm happy you have it. Look at what he pulls up. He links me this YouTube Shorts. But he points out or puts in there.
I mean, how many times did
this right here, and this clip, and I gotta refine it because here's the full video, right? So you say that. Roll Tide, or not Roll Tide, the old Doken, wherever, says, hey, here's Shador throwing people under the bus.
Raul get touched?
You said what?
How many times did Raul get touched? There was able, like, of course, whenever you're able to run the ball consistently and whenever you're able to, then that opens up the pass, But it's just like you got to understand, like, what your team good at. So it's like, why would we keep running the ball if, okay, we out there and we get in a situation where it's a must get and we don't get it?
Are those kind of like 4th and 1 conversions that haven't gone your guys' way in the last couple of, is that kind of playing into everybody's mind? Is that kind of on
all right.
thinking about, advancing the ball and whatnot?
Nah, I'd rather, if we're going to go down, I'd rather go down swinging, honestly, because I know I could throw the best punch.
So, first off, another donation by Beautifully Blessed. Thank you again. Just hit them with the video where he brought up the entire offensive line. I have that video too, and we're going to get to that one, but that will be on the next comment reading one. So thank you. But y'all know this video, right? Y'all have heard it. It sounds kind of crazy out of context. But again, guess what I commented right underneath them? Hey, here's the full clip where the reporter asked a direct question. Remember, Roll Tide 19, probably not the smartest, and it's okay. Not everybody's smart. Our education system just lets people pass. So not a lot of y'all are smart. It's okay. So he says he's thrown his teammates under the bus how many times? He has done that 0 times. He shows no proof. You're full of it. I've seen him do it. Where have you seen him do it? No proof. Check the replies. I'll put the proof he didn't. And the only thing that they put, and people of course liked it because y'all don't, you know what I'm saying? And I think old Kai thought that I wasn't going, you thought I wasn't going to reply? You thought I didn't know about this clip? So you saw it out of context. Here is the full clip. But again, y'all aren't media literate. Y'all fall for NBA Centel. Y'all didn't have classes about understanding media and being able to decipher stuff. Your teacher just passed you. He was tired of you. You annoying TikToking, risen, whatever y'all do. He was tired of it. Because here's the full clip.
I think they did. I think they followed a great game plan and they did what they were supposed to do.
Wait. Are you telling me? Are you telling me in the same video that you're using, and this is why y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better. In the same video that you're using to point out that Shador throws his teammates under the bus, he's arrogant, he's whatever. Not only, before I even get to the full thing, is he praising Nebraska. I've already know this because I've seen this video. The first comment on this video is a Nebraska fan saying, Nebraska fan here, I have mad respect for Shador. They played hard all game. Tough loss. Hats off to Nebraska. They came ready to play. Love his maturity and posture. Shador said it. Every team is the Super Bowl, and that's true because Nebraska is going to fall. Okay, I don't want to care. That's the best thing he can do is say his. Oh, okay, well, I don't know what we're talking about. I'm surprised he didn't just load onto the bus after he ran to the locker room in the fourth, giving up on your boys when things look rough. That'll surely look good to the NFL scouts. But you see how other people try to, you know what I'm saying? They try to paint it some way. You feel me? Oh, he left the game early. They lost. They lost the game. I don't know what else you want them to do. But again, post game, he's praising Nebraska.
So that was it.
And here's the full
How
question.
important do you think it is for this offense to continue to, develop, a running game and continue to be balanced, or try to be more balanced? How do you think that can kind of help, your game and obviously this offense as a whole?
I mean, how many times did Rowley get touched?
You said what?
How many times did Rowley get touched? They was able, like, of course, whenever you're able to run the ball consistently, and whenever you're able to, then that opens up the pass, But it's just like you got to understand like what your team good at. So it's like, why would we keep running the ball if we out there and we get in a situation where it's a must get and we don't get it.
So again, in this video, which if you've been watching long enough, you've seen it 1,000 times. He is asked specifically, while having the worst rushing game in college football at the time, hey, what was the difference for them having a rush game and how did it help? So in direct response of asking about Nebraska's run game, he says Nebraska's quarterback didn't get touched. Now, I get how if you have a problem with Shador, you're going to try to force it to be, oh, it's because he hates his teammates. But again, a lot of y'all just haven't played sports. A lot of y'all sports fans live vicariously through people who do play sports. So I understand. You don't get it. You don't know what it means to say these things. You don't know. You're just trying to set people up to do stuff and being disingenuous. So If y'all have some actual proof of Shador being a bad person or any of these things that you say, please bring it to me. I will react to it and I'll read your comment. But other than that, continue to be great, be phenomenal, be amazing. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy football content of all shapes, sizes, and forms. We'll see you next time. Peace.